Good evening, everybody. Let me check my audio levels. Looks like everything is working good. That's what we love to see. That's what we love to see. Yep. Microphone coming through, VR chat coming through. What's funny is I thought my PC fan was going crazy. I thought it was I thought it was like blasting way louder than normal. I was like, what is going on? Is it just because I'm in VR right now? Is it is it what? Is it coming through the microphone? Turns out it's most of that is just the VR chat world. There's a fan like right below me, like right down there. So if I just turn off the world volume, it's suddenly so quiet. Like I can still hear my PC fan. It's still going off. But like it's nowhere near as loud. I found that so funny. I was like, what the heck? Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Hope you all are having a good evening. I hope the stream finds you well. We're going to be fishing. I may have made some slight amount of progress since the last stream. Maybe just a tiny little bit of fishing. So we're aiming for a new boat. That's what I'm saving up for. Don't know if I'm gonna get that this stream, especially because I'm still feeling a little weird. You can still hear it a little bit in my voice. However, at the very least, the microphone settings should be a lot better than the first VR stream I did. Haven't changed them since the second stream, but they sounded a lot better there. So hopefully everything is sounding fine. Let's go fishing. I have to go find the fishing world. Give me a second. Let's go find the fishing world. Found it. Hey yo, let's go fishing. It's so blurry. That's fine. Turn off the blur filter. We don't need that right now. Wow. You know, I don't know if the whole shtick of starting off in... Whoa. Hold on one second. We're frozen. There we go. Look at that. I got a new potion. Now, where the heck is my camera? It's way up there. It is way up there. Hello there, Mr. Camera. I guess you're just gonna face me for now. Hello. Let's go fishing. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I like to start in that one little, what's it called? What is the place called? Hold on, I need to look at this. I need to look this up in my favorited worlds list, because I can't remember the name of the world that we were literally just in. Shoegaze apartment. I really love that world. It's the world that I've basically filmed for the background of my normal, like, chatting segments. And so you'll, even in like my normal VTuber form, not in VR form, you'll actually see that background, which is where I usually tend to start there. I also usually tend to start in one of the outfits I actually have on my VTuber avatar. I haven't put this on my VTuber version of my model. But you know, I was feeling lazy today. I was like, I don't need to do the whole thing of going behind the camera and changing. Y'all already know we're going fishing. That's been like the one VR thing I've done so far. We love some good fishing. Now, let me see. First off, let's find out if I've actually got any, first off, what's the bounty? And second, do I have any fish that I can sell, like, right off the bat? So I don't know if I sold all my fish last time I was on here. Hey, Stevie, back for business? You know it. Look at that. Okay, yeah, we got a few fish. about $2,000 worth of fish. That's pretty good. Not that much compared to what I need for a good boat. However, okay. I think we're going to start off with the bounties. The question is, do I remember where all these fish are? Okay, hold on. Let me open up my backpack in a place where I can actually see. Okay, the index, this magical index, tells me where the halibut is. It is just out in the open sea. So you know what? We'll take the boat that we currently have, and we're going to go out there. We are going to be fishing out in the open sea. Now, do I see... I currently see absolutely nothing out there. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There is something out there. There's a... I don't know if you can even see it on camera. Barely. You can barely see that on camera. There's like this very light green text that I'm pointing to. That's a rift. We want to be finding those out in the ocean because that's where the big bucks are. So let's go find... Okay, first I gotta get my boat. Let's get our boat from the garage. Don't mind the boat. It's not a... It's made completely out of wood. This is just a cheap boat. It's not expensive or anything. Because obviously I just started. I'm only like 2 hours into the game. You know. Now let's see. I haven't done a camera setup for while I'm driving the boat. So let's... Alright, we're gonna flip the camera. How's that? That might be good right there. Let's stick it to the world. Wow. Okay. I gotta be very careful here. Because I know that certain buttons make the boat go forward, like that. There we go. Okay. The camera is local now. So now... you'll follow me when the boat starts moving. Ooh, we got Spooky Guy over here. Hello, Spooky Guy. Don't mind him. Okay, we've got a school of barracudas. That's honestly not really all that great. This rift looks like it's a little better. It's actually colored text, and you could see it way better now because we're in the evening sky, and not like the morning sky where it the afternoon sky where it just completely blends in with the light blue of the sky, light blue and light green. Especially because this is like a light cyan, so like I don't know how you're supposed to see that in the daytime sky. Whoa, okay, I may have been going a little bit fast. And I don't even know how to boost on this thing. Okay. Camera, I need you back. I need you back. Let's go fishing. Have you ever gone fishing? I love going fishing in VR. Alright, we'll set the camera up here, I guess. That's a start. First thing I gotta do is I gotta get my little froggy out. Mr. Pet, I don't have the capybara yet. I want to get the capybara, but I have to fish for 7 days. I have not fished for 7 days. Look at this little guy. Isn't he such a good little guy? Hold on. Let me bring the camera back around here. Look at this little guy. This is a good little frog. He's just bobbing around in his little construction zone. It's beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So let's go fishing. I'm gonna leave the camera a little bit more down this time. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Now here's the issue. I lose my sitting pose every time I get in and out of the seat of the boat, which happens pretty often when you're searching for rifts. It takes me out of my flow. All right, I got my fishing rod. This is the second fishing rod you get in the game, obviously. Nothing fancy about it. I may or may have not have spent a considerable amount of time fishing in this game, both during the beta and after the beta. Which direction am I facing? Okay, I'm facing in a direction where I hopefully shouldn't hit anything, though it's not the most optimal direction for not hitting stuff in my room. All right, look at that tiger-looking fish. That's crazy. I think that's what yeah, this is a savanna rift, so I think from a savanna rift, the common types of fish you get are like the zebra stripe fish and the tiger stripe fish. So like we just saw the tiger stripe fish. The zebra stripe fish is the same, but it's black and white stripes instead of black and orange. Oh. All right, let's get ourselves a nice purple fish. I am grateful that my contacts don't seem to be acting up. I was a little worried about that. I had my contacts on earlier today, and then I had to take them out because I managed to fall asleep with them on. And I slept for like not an insignificant amount of time with them in. And hey, we got moon rain. Look at that, 2 times luck. 2 times luck. That's the good stuff. I managed to hit something. I may need to turn my physical self so I don't hit things. Oh, we got a goldfish. That means good money, potentially. Uh-oh. I'm flying all over the place. There we go. Look at that guy. Oh, he's an oarfish. We like a good oarfish. They're worth a good amount of money. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, just so I'm not so distorted on the edge of the camera. I like the frog bouncing up and down out of frame. That's beautiful. I think that's how it should be. I have to say, because my VR stuff is only on Windows, and I'm not able to do VR on Linux, where most of my gaming stuff is and where I spend most of my time, I end up not playing this game in VR all that much compared to how often I play it in desktop. And I have to say, you can't see it here. Oh, well, you know what? Hold on. What I can do is I can turn on the UI temporarily. I'm going to leave it off most of the time. Oh, my froggy caught a seahorse. Good job, little guy. Okay, here we go. I keep the UI most of the time off because you can see the little camera thing, and I think that's a little silly. However, I will let you see the fishing minigame. Not right now, because I seem to be fishing out of frame. Okay, this would be more in frame. So this'll let you see the fishing minigame. Like over here. That should let you see the fishing minigame, hopefully. But the fishing minigame appears a lot larger in VR than it does in desktop. In desktop, it feels really small for some reason. I'm not sure why. Okay, well, you can kind of get a sense for how big it is because it's going out of frame. Like, it takes a considerable portion. Yo, check out that fish. Do you see this boy? He's a holographic sunfish. That's pretty sick. I like that. I like that guy. I might have to keep him. I have caught some fun fish so far in this game. It's pretty swag. I am a fan. I am a fan of this silly little VR fishing game, despite having played it mostly in desktop mode. There is actually another VR fishing game that I've been meaning to get to. And since I have Since I have tested, I guess, VR streaming to an extent, I may give it a shot streaming this game. Sushi Ben, it was called. It's like it has a VR mode and a flat screen mode, but it's another fishing game. I played the demo very briefly in desktop mode, but I have the game, and I want to give it a real VR shot. But the only times I'm really on Windows is if I have to get on VR, or one, if I have to get on VR, for example, for streams, or two, if I... Dang. No more Rift. Well, looks like we're going to be off to find another Rift. Oh, but yeah, the two things that really get me on Windows nowadays are music and VR. Those are my two things that I pretty much... Oh dear. You know, this is not the best. The boats always, every single time, without fail. That's a lie. The boats very often, very frequently tend to... Okay, hold on. First, I need to lift myself up so that I can actually see out the front window of the boat. Then I can bring the camera up, and then I can fly it out a little bit. The boats frequently force me to play space in order to, like, actually see anything or even be in the boat. Okay, hold on. I have to have it further than I actually want it. Oh, goodness gracious. This is insane. The fact that the boat goes forward for every button that I click. There we go. Goodness gracious. There we go. Much better, much better. Now we're boating. But yeah, the boats in this game can be a little finicky, particularly with wherever they feel like placing you when you try to get into the boat seat, which you have to when you're driving. Like, you can't just like get in the boat and it's like, all right, you can drive. No, you have to actively enter the seat in order to drive the boat. Okay, we got a school of mahi-mahis here. Ooh, an occult pool. That's what I'm looking for. That'll get us some good fish. I'm trying to figure out... Okay, so I guess it's the other... Alright, give me a second to get my thoughts in order while I park my boat. See, some of the boats have a boost function. Whoa, that's a little bit close. That's a little bit close. I don't need to fill the entire frame. We can zoom it out a bit so I don't take the entire frame for now. Now let me get out of the boat. Where did the camera go? Way up there. Hey, how you doing? Look at this spooky rift in the ocean. Who was trying to summon a demon here? Who's trying to summon a demon out in the middle of the ocean and cursing all of the fish I catch? I have to take them all to the church to get blessed. At the very least, blessed fish sell for more than regular fish, but like... Still, I'm carrying a bag full of cursed fish, and I gotta go make my way all the way to the swamp where the church is, if I want to get those blessed so they don't sell for nothing. Jeez. Okay, let's... Mr. Camera, you can chill here. This seems like a good enough spot. and I am now float. That's the power of collision. I'm just flying above this stuff. I'm flying above all this. Okay, this is good enough, question mark. I'm struggling here, Camera placement is not my strong suit so far. I'm still learning. No, let's... Okay, first off, I gotta get my frog. I don't even remember what I was talking about, like, 2 seconds ago. What was I talking about before I started struggling with the camera? Something about the... No, I was talking about something before we got to the occult pool, and I don't remember what. Either way, let's get ourselves some cursed fish. Let's get ourselves some cursed fish. We're not getting anything that crazy, honestly. That's just a normal fish. It wasn't even cursed. I'm amazed he got out unscathed. Like, you see this? This is freaky. This is messed up. Also, I'm gonna lower myself down a bit and bring the camera preview with me while I get a purple fish. Beautiful. Oh yeah, boost button. So the boats in this game, like the boat I'm driving right now, they've all got like a nice, not all of them. Like the rowboat doesn't have a boost, obviously. But some of the boats that you get later on in the game do have a boost functionality that's very nice. It means you just hit the button a couple of times. You hit the button every once in a while. You hit a boost button every once in a while, and you go faster. The classic example of a boost. I've been playing on desktop like the entire time that I've had a good enough boat to actually boost. Like, go fast, vroom vroom. So, my friends who've been playing in VR are like, hey, do you know how to... Every time I boost the boat, they're like, do you know how to boost the boat in VR? What's the boost button? And they're in VR, and I'm like, I don't know what it is in VR, my man. It's the shift key on desktop. But on VR, I'm still not 100% sure, and I just got it working. I boosted a couple times back there while we were hopping over to this occult pool. What it seems to be... So, the boats are a little weird. You don't use both the analog sticks to control them. You use one analog stick. You get forward and backward is obviously like forward and backward on the analog stick. And then left and right is like turning. It's not like a normal accelerate function and then a more accurate turning. You just have, it might as well be like an XY pad slapped onto an analog stick. And so you can use that, or to accelerate, you can use the trigger, which is what's given me so much grief every time I'm trying to move the camera while I'm on a boat. So those are your options. And then it seems like so that's on the left controller. And then on, I don't know if it switches if you have like left hand mode enabled or something. But on the right controller, it seems like it might be the trigger that's giving me the boost. But also, I'm not sure because it didn't work. It didn't work when I pressed only the trigger, but it worked when I pressed the trigger and held up on the right analog stick. And now I don't know if I'm just crazy, and the reason it did that is because that's when the boost was actually like replenished, because you can't just constantly boost the whole time. You boost, and then you gotta wait a little bit for it to cool down, and then eventually you get your boost back and you can boost again. So I don't know if I was just trying to do it too fast and it just happened that the boost was ready to go again when I did that little combo of holding up the analog stick and pressing the button. See, here's my suspicion. I suspect it's just the trigger because holding up the analog stick opens up your backpack. Or is that holding down the analog stick? Either way, holding up the analog stick opens up your backpack. That shows you all the fishies you got. You can see where fishies are that you need to get. I need to turn in my... I think I got a halibut. I need to turn in my bounty once this is gone. Bruh. Well, I got a redfish. Let's catch this, and then we're gonna go get that bounty and see what's up next. Ooh. It's a great white shark made of stone. Do you see that? Do you see that? That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright. Let's see what my froggy collected. A common stingray and a pollock. Cool. No, let's get out of here. Okay. Look at this silly little camera angle. Okay, that's probably gonna be fine. Oh no, I can't set it to local until... This is my problem. This is my issue. Well... Anyway. You know what? I don't feel like messing with the camera a bunch more right now, so I am just going to leave it as is and just drive the boat like this. Apologies for my beautiful little bucket hat covering the entire camera every time I look down. That's... my bucket hat is just significantly closer to the camera. Woo! Okay, you can't see it on camera right now, but I have just performed maybe the best parking in all of boat history. Let me come back up so that the camera's like... I gotta be where the camera is. Alright. Alright, let me bring the camera back to me. You know, it's not like that bad of a parking job. I think it's fine. We gotta get out of here. I'm not paying for the dock repairs. Alright. Okay. Now let's see. Man, I don't need the camera all skewed. Like it's an action movie or something. We're literally just out here fishing. Okay. Now, where's the bounty board? Look at that! We got one. So let's see. Next up, we gotta get a European anglerfish. I think those are at Coconut Bay. Let me check my index. Can you see the index? You can now. There we go. So let's see. Coconut Bay. Northern pufferfish. European anglerfish. Okay, so it's a purple fish. Now we know. While I'm at it, let's go sell our fish. Back for business? You know it. Oh. See, here's the thing. I've got cursed fish, and I'm losing out on money if I'm just selling those cursed fish plain. Like, if we sell now, we get 13,000, and that's okay. That's all right. That's not bad. That will help me start getting towards my new boat. But that new boat's $1 million, so I'm gonna have to take every opportunity I get. Every opportunity I get to make a little bit more money out of the fish that I'm catching. Whoa, sir. Excuse me, sir. Watch where you're going, dude. Jeez. Alright. Now, excuse me while I talk to this man. Look, sir. What's up, dude? Boats. Got you. Okay, see? I don't even gotta say anything. I literally just say boats, and this man knows what's up. He knows that I need a boat towing service. Alright. Look at that. Beautiful. As pristine as I left it. That's exactly where I parked. No questions asked. Alright, come over here. Let's see. I am facing the wall. Let me actually turn my seat so that I'm not facing the wall, because I would rather not crash myself into the wall. Okay. Get that local camera so that I can just bring myself up. Wow. Okay. This is... I look a little bit distorted because of the wide field of view, but you know what? We'll take it. We love a little bit of silly camera angle now and then, you know? If you're not going to be a little silly, what's the point? Okay, I do see a couple rifts out here. Okay, confirmed. It is not the trigger. Because of pressing just the trigger on my non-moving the boat hand, it does not actually make it boost. It is just up on the other analog stick. Very strange behavior. Whoa, okay, okay. Sorry if I'm making you all dizzy. I'm making myself dizzy is what I'm doing. Woo! I do appreciate how fast this boat can go. I am out of frame. There we go. Perfect. Okay, camera, come back to me. There we go. Perfect. Question mark. Good enough. And that's what we're looking for, you know? Good enough is what we aim for. Let me... Jeez. All of this grass is getting into the camera. I'm literally just trying to go to church. Like, chill, guys. Fine. You know what? I suppose I can take the path that is... I was going to gesture to the path as if you can see it. Maybe if I turn the exposure up to max. See? Look at that. There's this nice path that's been laid out. It got no grass, whereas I was trying to climb up this. I was like, oh yeah, I can just scale those grassy rocks. I don't know why there's a ton of grass growing on the rocks. I don't usually see grass growing on the rocks all that much, but you know. Anyway, it's dark out here. But I suppose I can just take the path that has been paved, or at least walked a bunch. Hey yo, it's the ghost! It's the ghost! What do you have to say, ghost? A ghost, ah. It didn't say anything. Goodbye, ghost. Now let's make our way to church. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that so warm and inviting? I do really love stained glass windows. They're so pretty. Isn't that just warm and inviting? You see that giant mysterious eye that follows you everywhere up there? Isn't that just warm and inviting? That's how I know I can get my fish blessed here. If it didn't have that eye, how would I know they can bless my fish? I will say it's a little bit of a unusual iconography for a church. I usually don't see mysterious glowing eyes that often. But then again, most of those churches can't bless my fish, so... You know, maybe I should stop being so judgmental about their decorations. This church is also barren. They ain't got no pews. Where am I supposed to sit? The only thing you can do here is get your fish blessed. Like, even up where the choir goes, up here, there's nothing. It's empty. I have a feeling they don't actually do any services here. I think they just bless fish, guys. I think that's all they do. Man, my lighting is not at all how it's lit in here. It just kept the outside lighting for my avatar. And so I look completely out of place because it's midnight out there. I have cursed fishes. We are blessed. I have purified one fish. I thought I had more cursed fish than that. Am I crazy? Hold on, let me look on my bag. Nope. After all that, all this effort, I came all the way out here to bless my fish, and it was one cursed seahorse. You know how much a seahorse is worth? They're worth like $2. I mean, if I bless them, they're like 3 times the price. Yippee, now I can sell it for $6. That's gonna get me so much closer to my $1 million luxury speedboat. Probably won't even pay for the gas it took to get over here, so I could bless the fish. I am a wise fisherman. I make wise financial decisions. Now let me sell my fish. Wow, look at that. You see that? I sell it for like nothing more. Didn't even make the thousands number go up. Alright, let's go to Coconut Bay. You know what I could do? I could drive my boat, or I could respawn. Oh, it froze for a second, but we're back. I am mildly dizzy. I think it's from going a little too crazy in the boat, because I was not... Here's the issue. I discussed this before. Like, the boat, you control it with one analog stick. You can't Jeez, that tree really got in my face. You can only control the boat with one analog stick. You can't control it with both analog sticks, and that messes with me. So, like, I'm trying to have the analog stick go side to side so I can turn the boat. But at the same time, I need to push the analog stick forward for the boat to go forward. And so, like, it's whipping back and forth as I try to go from turning a little bit this way and staying forward, so I'm hitting the gas, to going a little bit the other way, and I'm still hitting forward so that I'm actually going on the gas. It's, you know, whatever. Let's go fishing. Where's my pet? Where's my froggy? Dang! Do you see what this dude caught? He caught a great white shark and an abyssal serpentfish. Abyssal serpentfishes are hard to catch. I won't lie. Okay, so this will require a little bit of explaining. Let me just leave the camera here and start fishing while I yap about the fishes in this game. Let me zoom in a bit as well. I prefer the zoomed in look. I know. Picky me. How picky of me. Okay, let's go fishing. So, there are several tiers of fish. There's several different colors that you'll see on the fishing rod when the minigame appears, and that's how you know how rare the fish is, how expensive it is. So, like, on the lowest end, you have black, which is trash. That's stuff like a boot or a lost wallet or an old cooking pot that got thrown in the sea. That's like, you don't get anything. You really don't get any money for that. Then at silver tier, you get just the least interesting fish. Maybe carp is in there. I don't know. But there's silver, and then there's green, then there's blue, then there's purple, These are just getting higher and higher in terms of both rarity and how much money they're worth. So you got green, blue, purple, then gold, then red, then pink, then rainbow. These all get harder and harder to catch too. Like I'm catching a purple right now, so that's decent. It's like they will fetch you some money. They will fetch you an alright amount of money, depending on how big they are. But they're not like crazy. Like if you want to make the big bucks, you're gonna hope that you're getting gold, red, and pink, and then rainbow is like you get those like once every 5 hours or something, maybe. Or like it also depends on the rod, because the rods have like luck stats that affect the rarity of all the different fishes and whatnot. But in the beta, the pink tier didn't exist. Red was the hardest tier, and then it went straight to rainbow, which is like the ultra rare. You only see those every once in a while. And oh, you know, there's also brown or orange, which is relics, like this guy. Can I show him to the camera? Well, he okay, he's not wanting to there you go. He's not wanting to show up on the camera. There he is. Relic pieces are what you use for enchanting. What I used on my beta fishing stream for extreme gambling. So the abyssal serpent fish that my frog caught in the beta, that was red tier, and most of the pink tier fish are brand new to the release. They weren't in the beta, except abyssal serpent fish has been upgraded from a red fish to a pink fish, and it's very difficult to catch. It's one of the harder fishes. Like whenever I'm having like a really hard time getting a pink fish, I'm like, I have a feeling this is an abyssal serpent fish. And the thing is, I'm never expecting it. Because, like, logically, I know it's pink now, but because most of the abyssal serpent fish I caught were when it was red in the beta, I'm like, I expect it when I'm fishing a red and not when I'm fishing a pink fish. And so I always get disappointed when I'm like working extremely hard. I'm like on the edge of my seat, desperately trying to not let this pink fish escape, and I finally catch it, and it's abyssal serpent fish. I don't even know if those are worth that much money. I don't know, man. I feel like if that wasn't in the beta, then it wouldn't give me this feeling of disappointment of, oh, this is a fish I already know. Because a lot of the pink fish are new, from what I can tell. At the very least, I never caught any of them in the beta, aside from the abyssal serpent fish. Like, there's the three-headed salmon. You know what, actually? I have one on me. I have a couple pink fish. Where's my three-headed salmon? Look at this guy. He's huge. He's got 3 heads. 3-headed salmon. He fetches a good price because he's a pink boy. He's not too hard to catch, but he's still difficult because he's, you know, pink is a high difficulty tier of fish that you're catching. And part of that is because they fetch a high price. Or, I guess, why they fetch a high price. I appear to be facing my wall again. I'm really turning in my chair. Like, it's very convenient to be able to turn in my chair when I want to face the camera without having to move around. But at the same time, it's so easy for me to lose track of where I am. Now the question is, have I caught the fish I've been looking for? Let's see. Purple, purple, purple. Nope. have not caught myself a European anglerfish. I think that's what we're looking for. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Am I remembering right? I hope so. Black shark minnow. Looks like I'm going to be fishing here for a while, and I'm not going to get that much money for it. This is just so I complete the bounties. The bounties aren't even like crazy money. Like, it's a decent chunk of change compared to what these fish would normally sell for. Like, most of these fish won't... I should also check if this is a saltwater fish or a freshwater fish, because some of them don't appear in the pond. The pond is freshwater, the ocean is saltwater, so if I have to fish off the beach if I want to get a saltwater fish. And I don't know if this guy, Mr. Coconut Bay, European anglerfish, he's a saltwater fish. I'm in the wrong spot, fellas. I'm in the wrong spot. We need to go to the beach. Follow me, follow me. There we go. You know, let's get that lighthouse out there. Perfect. Look at that. This is a little bit of a crooked angle. But you know, it's fun. I think it looks fine. Whoa! Void huge manta ray. Okay, this man is absolutely gigantic. I need you all to see this. I need you all to see this. Hold on. Let me pull him out of my backpack. This is ridiculous. Manta rays are absolutely gigantic. Oh, he just went flying out into the ocean. Okay, maybe I need to... Let me try again. Let me try again. Oh. Man, he didn't even show up on camera after he bounced off. Okay, there we go. Jeez. Like, look at this dude. This is just like his mouth that you can see here. This man is gigantic. Okay. Can I grab him so that he's like... Look at that! Why is this man so big? Like, I didn't know... Where's my camera? Where's the camera? There you are. I did not know. I had no idea manta rays were like this ridiculous. Is this real? Is this what manta rays are really like in real life? Maybe I just haven't been to the right aquariums. There he goes. I have sent him off to the nether realm. Alright, let's do something a little more normal of a camera angle. Well, it's gonna have to be a little bit facing downwards no matter what. But that's nice. Look at that. You got a nice view of the lighthouse off in the distance. I just gotta cast my fishing rod a little bit further. But you know what? It's worth it for the camera angle. Let's go fishing. Where's my frog? Have you ever tried to manage doing things and you just can't? There we go. My frog's gonna be just out there. Okay, where am I? No! Oh, I seem to have brought the camera back unintentionally. My apologies. Let's see. I want to give you all a nice view. There we go. That looks nice. That looks nice. I like that. Now, I can fish. That's what we're here for. For the fishing. And for the yapping, I suppose. Alright, fishing. I love me some fishing. I think I don't have the music on. It's funny. I totally don't have the music on. I always mean to have it on when it comes to the streams, because it's not like I'm gonna have some other music on. But like, I've been listening to some... I've been trying to listen to some new music while I'm fishing. Like, it can be hard to find times to dedicate to like just going out and listening to an album, discovering new music, and like actively listening. Like, it's one thing to go out and listen to new music in the background. There's plenty of time for that, unless you're working with sound stuff already. Like if you're trying to do like audio editing for a podcast or something, maybe that's not the time to be. Well, that it might be an acceptable time for listening to some background music, but like, you got to know what you're doing, and you may have to like pause the music a bunch because, you know, you're working on audio. But I guess depending on the type of audio editing you're doing, especially if it's like just figuring out good voice takes and cutting out the bits that don't work, so that you've got like a nice bit of flowing voiceover and such, that's something you can have some background music on. But like, there's a difference between active and passive listening. Oh my goodness, my fishing casts have just been terrible there. My apologies for you having to witness that. But since I've been doing some fishing for fun and just kind of mindlessly, this has been like my mindless task for the past couple weeks, when I just want to do something mindless, but like I feel like I'm doing something, this has been it. I think that, whoa, that fog's really rolling in. And I think that this fishing minigame is a good, it's a nice, like, mindless task. Like, there's just enough concentration that it's not like an idle game. I guess even in idle games, sometimes there's like you can strategize, like you're acquiring things to get bigger number. But like this is just active enough that it's not like an idle game. There's an element of active participation to it. But it is a nice task that you don't have to put too much brain power into. You can put some brain power into it, like thinking about, okay, how do I get the best fishing rod for like the best returns on the money? How can I get a nice progression? How can I get the fastest progression for getting all the best gear and such? But you don't have to. You can just fish, and you'll make progress. You will have number go up until you buy thing, and then number go down, and you make it go back up. You do still have level number go up, so there's always an element of number go up. I love number go up. What was I talking about? But yeah, because it's like a nice, decently mindless task that I don't have to think too much about, it's been great for listening to some new music. or listening to stuff that I want to actively listen to. But like most of the time, I feel like I need to be doing something while actively listening. Part of that may just be ADHD, you know. But part of that is it can feel like a waste of time. And I don't think it is. To like take some time to actively engage with art. I think that's a wonderful thing. And I think we often don't spend enough time or take enough time out of our day to do that. I might need to turn the music volume down a bit. I know, I'm talking about active music listening and then talking about turning down the music volume. Look, active music listening does not mean damaging your hearing. Take care of your hearing so that you can actively listen for longer in life. It's very important. I know it's so easy to like just be careless with your hearing and such. Like, as annoying as the little pop-ups can be on your phone, that's like, hey, you should probably turn the volume down a bit there, pal. It's like that could be annoying and be like, you're not my mom. You can't tell me what volume to listen to my music at. I'm not gonna get a noise complaint from the neighbor from this. Oh, give me my fishing rod back. There we go. But like, hearing damage builds up over time, and it is not. It kind of sucks. You lose a lot of the top end of your hearing, and like some of that stuff is gonna happen anyway. But like, you can reduce your risk of like getting tinnitus or having like trouble hearing things later in life, and you just gotta push it louder and louder. I have found that like there's obviously a threshold to this. Hey yo, we got the European anglerfish. Let's go turn in our bounty. There is a threshold to this, but I've found that it's not too... What are the words I'm looking for? The words I'm looking for are, I got this bounty. Give me that 1,000 gold. I can't like fully turn around here. There we go. Why even got a pufferfish? Okay, alligator gar, that's in the pond. We can't be fishing on the beach for that. Where are you, camera? Hi, camera. Can't be fishing on the beach for that, so we're gonna have to go out. Which direction am I facing? Oh dear, not the ads. I will say the music is pleasant. I do like the music in this game. Can you spot something that's slightly unusual about the pond today? It seems pretty normal to me, but I feel like something's very slightly off. I feel like there's something that's not entirely normal here. I just can't put my finger on it. Anyway, let's get ourselves a better camera angle here. Oh man, the camera is up higher than I think it was before. Let me bring myself up so I'm in frame. Is this just gonna be the whole thing? I'm just gonna keep boosting myself up higher so that I'm still in frame. It's gonna be an arms race of getting taller. Except I'm not actually getting taller, I just keep spacing myself up. Alright. Let's go fishing. It's a real tragedy that Twitch forces ads upon us. But also, you know what? That's what keeps it free. So as obnoxious as they are, oh man, this, I may be a bit of a fool. I have like, here, let me put my fishing rod aside for a second. I had like a bunch of overlay UI elements so that I can see things. And they were just entirely blocking my ability to see the fishing minigame. You know, it happens sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. Now let's catch some fish. I don't remember what I was saying. I was saying something or other. I do gotta catch an alligator gar. Well, you know what? What rarity is an alligator gar? Bag. No. Index. Alligator gar is a purple. Cool, 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 cool. Good to know. Good to know. At the very least, the ads are almost over. This is just what we live with. We live with ads. What we shouldn't have to live with is all this data collection. I suppose there's the argument to be made that that is just part of it too. But that is a part that I find significantly less acceptable. Like, advertising is one thing. Putting a poster up so that you can see putting a poster up so that people know about your thing and can be like, okay, maybe this is a good or service that I want. That's one thing. I don't have a problem with that, although marketing scares me. No. No. Marketing has just gotten less and less ethical over the years. So I'm like, even that's gotten more and more iffy as the field advances from just people like kind of making whatever they thought was memorable, or whatever they thought might get people to buy things. Instead, it has become like an arms race of who can do the most psychological damage, who can get in your head so that you feel you have no choice but to buy their thing. I think the amount of like mental manipulation that is studied in marketing now, combined with all of the data collection, and like, sure, it helps them reach their target audience, but at what cost? Anyway, I've gotten like completely off track from, I was talking about music. We are here talking about music and fishing. Oh yeah, what's funny is, while I have been using this game and just like mindlessly fishing as partially a way to, like give myself something to do while I'm trying to also actively listen to a new album, instead of just putting it in the background of another task that would demand more attention. I was at first like, you know what? A good fishing vibe, a really good, nice fishing vibe would be some nice acoustic guitar music. And I do like myself some acoustic guitar music. It's like, the acoustic guitar is such a warm instrument. It's absolutely beautiful. One day I will learn to play guitar. I can play a G chord. That's about it. But I was like, that seems like a good fishing vibe, just like a singer and a guitar, or like Maybe some folk stuff. Like, you gotta have those acoustic instruments when you're out in nature. That's the deal. That's the deal. I listened to... Hey, yo! There we go. We got ourselves an alligator gar. I'll go turn that in a second. But I didn't end up actually listening to all that much in terms of acoustic music. There are some good fishing songs that I have listened to while playing this game. Like, oh, what's the name? What is the name? I wonder if I can pull it up. There's this song, I Must Be in a Good Place Now. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the artist. It's just not coming to me. Woo! Pardon the jump. It is a little bit more difficult to try to sort through my desktop when I am in VR than it is to mess around with my desktop when I am on my desktop. I gotta do everything with controllers, man. Okay. Thankfully, I am in streamer mode. That's wonderful. We love being in streamer mode. I was worried for a second that my... I was worried for a second that I wasn't actually in streamer mode. Okay. I forgot what I was trying to do. Yeah, I was trying to look up the artist's name. There's this one song, I Must Be in a Good Place Now. That's a good fishing song. There's literally, there's a line in the song where he's like, oh, what a good day to go fishing. And I'm like, amen. Amen, brother. Bobby Charles. Okay. I wasn't remembering the name right. I was like, for the life of me, I was like, I feel like that's the name, but I'm also like, is that it? Is that not it? Yep. Bobby Charles. There's some good fishing songs in his self-titled album, name-titled album. What's funny is I started a fishing playlist to have like some good songs that kind of fit the vibe of fishing. I put like 2 songs in there and then forgot about it. I was just listening to some albums anyway. I was just listening to whatever. The other song I put on there, funny enough, is from another self-titled album where it's just the guy's name as the album. Christopher Cross, Sailing. That's a classic. That's an old classic. But that's good for fishing. That's good for sailing, because you drive in your boat around here sometimes. But in terms of like actual acoustic guitar, I finally took a listen to that Jacob Collier album, The Light for Days. I love his work. He has a lot of great and very interesting stuff he does with his music. I know it's not for everyone. Some people like to say he values the theory over the music. I really don't think that's the case. I couldn't disagree more. Alright, camera, come with me. Like, sure, his music is more complicated than most, but also, it's not like that is not the only thing he does. Bro. Alright, you know what? I'm not gonna manage to get the bounty in shot here, while also turning around so that I can claim my reward. Now we gotta get Seahorse. That means we're going back out in the ocean. Either way, I don't think that stuff's important. Either way, it does seem like he's having a lot of... he seems like he's genuinely having a ton of fun just working with lots of artists and making weird and cool stuff. And I think that's cool. I love stuff that's weird and cool. Doesn't gotta be basic pop to be good music. Alright, let's see if I can... Okay, is this... you know? This isn't my favorite angle. It's pretty funny. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, and it's staying with me. Okay, this is an okay angle of driving the boat. Now let's see if we can find some rifts. We got a sparkling pool. Looks interesting. We got a strange whirlpool. I don't actually know which one of those, like, gives you more money. I'll stop by the strange whirlpool, I suppose. Unless that's the one I was already at. No, this one's different. This one is different than the one we fished at the beginning of stream. Oh dear. Well, come back to me. Your camera, you are looking the wrong way. Woo! Don't worry about it. Come back to me, camera. There we go. Alright. I really gotta wrangle this camera back to me. Hello. I'm taking up the whole frame right now. Are you kidding me? Bro, I like just got here. And the pool's already gone. This is a disaster. Alright. Well, you know what time it is. Time to keep driving my boat. I guess we're going to that sparkling pool after all. But yeah, I didn't know he had released an album after, was it Jesse Volume 4? I barely really listened to that one either. It's just been a minute. I didn't know he had released an album in like October or whatever. Woo. I always overshoot the pools with this. Alright. Come on over here. Dang it. I didn't mean to click on the chair. Here we go. Wow. There we go. Perfect. 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 Let's get fishing. Let's get fishing. Mr. Froggy, I would like you to do some fishing as well. Anyway, yeah. It's a good album. I like it. It was nice to hear some good... I almost said electric guitar. It's not electric guitar. It's an acoustic guitar album. And I was like, wow, what a perfect time to listen to it. While I'm out here trying to get some fishing done. Whoa, I am flying up and down. Okay, that's fine. We're chilling. We're chilling. There's a... This is some pretty music too. Are you kidding me? I just got here, man. That's like two pools, two funny little whirlpools where you get the good expensive fish, and they disappeared on me in like 5 seconds after I get there. How demoralizing. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I really love his cover of Norwegian Wood. That's one of my favorite Beatles songs. It's got a nice... I don't know if folksy is the right word to it. It has a vibe that I like. Now let's see where some good pools are so that I can keep on fishing. We've got a school of flying fish over here, and that is something. That's better than just fishing out in the ocean. However, it would be nice if we had a better pool. Okay. Well, We are out here. You can see the whirlpool. And I cannot see any other whirlpools. Alright, stay in place, Mr. Camera. Yeah, no. I'm looking out in the distance and I don't see any other whirlpools. This is very tragic. Well, back to fishing we go. I need my froggy. Can't forget the froggy. If you're fishing without a pal, like, are you even fishing? You know, there's something to be said about just going out and fishing on your own. I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. I'm just out here enjoying the music and the fishing now. And also kicking my wall. This appears to be a frequent occurrence. Oh. My fishing pole was covering the fishing minigame. As well as the camera UI. I was like, wow. I can't see the fishing minigame. Let's see if we get ourselves a seahorse. 'Cause it would be nice to get all of the bounties for today. That may be my goal. My main goal for stream. Just getting all the bounties. Which we've done a significant amount of. It took shorter than I thought because like 3 of them were on Coconut Bay. Like 1 out in the ocean, then 3 in a row on Coconut Bay. And there's only like 5 bounties in a day, I think. So like, that was a considerable amount. Hello there, bluefish. I think the seahorse is purple. Let me see, I'm actually curious, how long have I been on? How long have I been online? Well, I can't see right now because I've opened up my Spotify to figure out what the heck that song I was thinking of was. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's see, other music that I was listening to. Ooh, I've been loving the new songs by Jam to Go. He made this great game called Kitten Burst where you're just flying around as a cat in cyberspace. It's delightful. But I think he was working on like a horror game next up, but took a break from that and is right now releasing a bunch of songs for an album that all have Kasane Teto, the Vocaloid, as the singer. It's pretty cool. There's some great songs, and every single one so far has had a music video. I would highly recommend checking out his channel. Some pretty sick stuff there. So I've been listening to those. I've been listening to that one. Jeez, every time I catch a manta ray, it like covers my entire field of view. There's other albums, but I just have to like, it takes forever for my brain to start revving up its engines for like remembering anything. Ooh. See, this is a more reasonably sized manta ray. It's still gigantic, but that one's classified as tiny. It's insane. How big are manta rays normally? Like, I feel like I gotta go look this up. Problem is I can't look it up while I'm in VR. Well, I could. But you know what's a pain in VR? Typing. I don't want to have to type all that into Google. And then I also gotta, like, put a pause on my fishing. I still don't see any more rifts. We're just out here stuck with the basic School of X Fish rift. In this case, it's flying fish, which is cool enough, but, like, I would like a nicer rift. Otherwise, it's, for the most part, basically just ocean fishing. Just normal ocean fishing. Which is okay. I like some normal ocean fishing. It's just, I would like some ocean fishing that would make me some more money. Because I'm saving up for a big boat that costs a lot of money, and I am like barely a quarter of the way there. All right, fishy fishy. I'm not even getting that many fish that are like good. Like, I'm not getting that many fish that would, like, make me a good amount of money. I'm getting a lot of just plain fish. Okay, here's a gold. A gold's decent. If there's one thing that has me at a loss about this game, it's the luck stat. Like, obviously, the luck stat is supposed to get you more rare fish. Like, the higher the luck, the more rare the fish you should get, in theory. However, like, I still be getting a significant amount of not rare fish, even when my luck stat is, like, absolutely ridiculous. Like, this rod is a uber expensive rod. It is like $750,000, and it's got, like, I think between this fishing rod and the expensive line and the expensive little bobber, which, by the way, this guy is adorable. Can I get him closer to the camera? Can I get him closer to the camera without drowning? Where did I put the camera? Over here somewhere. There we go. There's the camera. I see you, camera. I see you now. You're blending with the ocean because it's untransparent, and so it's a light blue. Just like the ocean. This bobber is adorable. Look at this little guy. He's so precious. He was worth every penny I paid for him. However, like, even with all of these stats combined, hold on, let me go to my gear. All of these stats combined, I get a luck of like 307. That's a lot. That's a decent chunk of luck. Like, that's a significant boost from any of the rods before. And yet, most of the fish I'm getting are still like blue and green. And those fish do not make you very much money proportional to the stuff that you're trying to buy at this point in the game. At this point in the game, you bought a rod that's $750,000. So why am I still getting the fish that sell for like $100? Why is that most of what I'm catching? It just takes forever. Takes forever, man. Alright, let me get the camera somewhere behind me where it can just sit while I get back in the boating driver's seat. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Did I manage to catch a seahorse? I didn't actually see if I caught a seahorse. I wasn't paying enough attention to the fish I caught. Let's see. I don't see any rifts out here. Okay. I see a shadow chasm. Alright, okay. Let's go. Let's go to the shadow realm. That's where we're gonna be fishing today, boys. Can't wait to catch some shadow fish. Did you see that? I finally see another rift, and it's a cool shadow chasm where we can dive into the abyss to catch fish, and it disappears as soon as I get to it. I legitimately don't even see any rifts out here. Alright. We're going to the volcano. You don't make very much money from the volcano, but you know what? At least it'll be interesting to look at. The boost feels a bit inconsistent. It is not... Whoa. Okay. Don't worry about it. We are fine. My controller is apparently not fine. It's freaking out. Okay. Oh, let's... Oh, man. Okay, hold on a second. My good sir, Mr. Camera. You know what? Come back over here. There we go. Hello. You know what? Actually, I should be on this side. I'll switch it up. Oh, it's the... I hope that flashing light did not show up on camera. Alright, this is Mr. Joe Blow. Everyone say hi to the very nice Mr. Joe Blow. Hi, Mr. Joe Blow. He is letting me go down to the volcano because I have an ancient blessing that gives me protection from falling rocks and such, so I don't gotta wear a hard hat. I get to wear my bucket hat in here. Man, this place feels like the underground section of Red Mountain in Sonic Adventure. It's crazy down here, and the lighting on the avatar does not match at all. Why am I looking like I'm in blue light? It looks like I'm outdoors in midnight lit by the moon when I'm out in the middle of a volcano and there's lava. I'm hitting my table in real life. Alright. Camera, you stay there. I've got some fishing to do. You know, hold on. I could get a more interesting angle on the... Let's get ourselves a more interesting angle for you guys. Like, look at that, with the lava fall and the castle. That looks way better. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? I have to raise myself up a little higher again. Whoa. Now let's go fishing. I didn't bring my pet. Alright, Mr. Froggy. It's okay. He's got a hard hat. You've seen him. You've seen the little guy. My little froggy. He's got a hard hat and a little construction. He's got a little traffic cone with him. He's got a little construction sign. So I think he's gonna be perfectly fine down there in the lava. Don't even worry about him. Now let me pull out my fishing rod. I've been trying to fill up the index of all the fish you can catch in this game. You know what? I have been struggling. And I blame the faulty luck stat. Where you, even with the highest of luck, you still don't really catch all that many super rare fish. You still mostly just get normal fish. Like, I guess maybe that's supposed to make, like, the super rare fish still feel super rare, even with the top level gear. But, like, when you've grinded enough hours to get the top level gear, is that really the most fun option? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a game designer. I'm not a fishing game designer. It is bubbling in here. It's like the ambient noise is like way louder in here than it is like up in the ocean. Oh, but yeah, I've been trying to get, like, fill out a lot of the index of fish in this game. So, like, obviously there's a certain number of different types of fish that you can get in each environment. And all of those have, like, their own little entry. And each time you catch a unique type of fish, or a new type of fish that you haven't caught before, it'll add an entry to the index, so you can see, have you caught all of the different types of fish there? And so I'm trying to fill that out, catch every single type of fish. The problem is, it's totally RNG based, and some of the types of fish are very rare. So I've been struggling, because even with insane luck, you only get so many shots so frequently. It's like, I think for the volcano, I'm only missing one. But the problem is, it's like a red or a pink fish, which you only see like once an hour, even with ridiculous luck. And you know what's insane? What's insane is this lighting. Oh my goodness. It is really just applying the lighting from outside to my avatar, and not the lighting from, you know, the volcano that we are in. Let me catch myself a purple fish. Beautiful. Crystal pike. I will say, I do love the fish designs for the volcano. Some pretty sick looking fish, which you've got to be a sick looking fish if you're gonna swim in the lava all day, if that's gonna be your literal habitat. Like, how are they breathing that in? Is there oxygen in lava? Like, obviously in water it's H2O, and fish got their gills where they can basically breathe in the oxygen from the water, and they can use that as a life-sustaining metric. But when it's lava, when it's magma, like, not only is it extremely dangerously hot, like, it'll burn anything alive. Like, how are we supposed to cook these fish? They literally live in lava. But two, how are they breathing in the oxygen? Do they got, like, some just insane gills that just filter it out of the lava? Does lava even have, like, a definitive chemical composition the way water does? Is there, like, if there is oxygen in lava, is there enough that as a lava-breathing fish you could guarantee it's there? Do they just not need to breathe? I don't know. I don't know the logical implications of lava fish. They look pretty sick though, so you know what? I can put that by the wayside. I don't think we need to worry about it too much. Cinderfin. Cool. But yeah, okay, what I was getting to, what's crazy is, okay, so it wasn't this fishing rod. It was the rod before it, which was like, this has like 300 luck, that rod had like 200 luck. And I was like, all right, I'm saving up for this nice fishing rod here. Check out that fish though. That's a crazy looking fish. He's freaky. I was saving up for this fishing rod here, and so I just went out fishing in the ocean with friends, hitting up all of those shiny looking whirlpools, because that's the best way, the fastest way to make money in the game as far as I'm aware. And so I was like, all right, let's go out fishing. I got a fishing rod with a pretty decent luck, like 200. That's a high number. And I was like, you know what? Just to double it up so I can like speed run my way up to this rod, this fishing rod, I'm gonna put on my luck potion. So I put on my luck potion, which doubles my luck. So that makes my overall luck like 400. That's that's more than this fishing rod. Now this fishing rod with a luck potion, that'd be like 600. Crazy numbers. I love big numbers. And so I was out there fishing all of these whirlpools with my 400 luck, and then sometimes you even get moon rain, which is a random event that doubles your luck as if it was a luck potion. So sometimes I got 4 times luck, like 800 luck. You know how many red and pink fish I caught in like the entire maybe like 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours that I was fishing with friends? I think I caught 3 red fish and 1 pink with just absolutely insane luck. And I'm like, bro, I think the luck stat is broken. In case you haven't played this game and so you don't know, you should be catching way more. Like, I have caught more than that with like fishing rods that barely have any luck on them at all. So I'm like, does the luck stat even do anything? Because my real life bad luck seems to be overtaking it by a mile. The luck stat seems to have basically zero effect on how often I catch the fish that I actually need in order to make the big bucks. And then my friends who were like, they didn't have like the same levels of luck. They just got like, you know, earlier starter or mid-game fishing rods. They were getting fish that like paid off their entire credit card debt. They were out here like grabbing pink fish with the the fancy effect multipliers that make it like 3 to 5 times the price. Like that holographic sunfish I caught earlier. Let me see, did I sell him? Is he still in my bag? Holographic is like a thing that makes it 5 times the price. Like, it's crazy. No, I don't think I still have it. I do have a holographic guy. You know what? Let's bring out Sheldon. I'm feeling a little lonely out here, so I'm gonna bring out my friend Sheldon. Everybody say hi to Sheldon. Oh, he is. Let's try that again. Okay. This is Sheldon. He is a rather large fish. He is a holographic Shelodon. He's my good friend. We go fishing together. he's just going to be taking a bath in the lava while we're fishing. But you know he's with us. He's out here hanging. Let me keep on fishing. I don't doubt I won't get the fish that I'm still looking for in the volcano today. Because I've caught every type of fish except for one here. And the problem is, the fish that I haven't caught is one of the rare ones. With my luck, I may never catch it. Which would be mighty sad. It is funny. I feel like there's some weird balancing decisions when it comes to endgame. Because this area, the volcano itself, it's hard to get in here. You have to be level 50, which is like, how many fish do you have to catch for that? You gotta catch like a good few hundred, maybe more than a few hundred even. You maybe have to catch like 1,000 fish or something to get to level 50. I'm just making numbers up. It's probably under 1,000. My guess is like 500. Woo! Now that's a freaky boy. Look at this fish. He's a zebra helma grouper. Zebra isn't a crazy multiplier, but I will happily take the pink fish because I don't get that very often. I wish I got them a lot more often. Was I saying? Oh yeah. So you might have caught like 500 fish by the point you get to level 50. So you got to get to level 50, which allows you to get one of the items you need to get in here. And then the one, I think, just costs a bunch of money. Or actually, I think the one you can get when you're level 50 costs a bunch of money. Either way, in the end, you got to collect a few items. You got to get to level 50, where you've caught a whole bunch of fish by this point. You've probably got better than a mid-game rod, or you've got like a decent mid to late game rod. And you have to spend like $50,000. And then, after you do some quests, some quests and stuff, you figure out how it all works. It's a little bit abstract. Best way to figure it out is either to go on the wiki if you're a wiki type person, or to, you know, like, talk to other people playing the game and find it out from them. Because you can eventually piece it together, but I think the social aspect of finding the secrets is kind of what makes it more special. Either way, like, you gotta do a decent amount in this game to get here in the first place. And then you catch a bunch of fish here, you sell them, and they're worth like nothing. Like, it's still, it isn't worth it to spend a whole bunch of time fishing here if what you're going for is money. Like, it's one thing to complete the index. That gives you a luck boost, I think. Like 15 luck. Does that even do anything? 300 luck doesn't seem to do anything for me. But either way, I just find it funny. It's like, a lot of the late game stuff, a lot of the stuff when it comes to late or end game for this fishing game, it feels like the fish you catch don't scale proportionally to the amount of money you need to be making to get stuff. And so it just becomes a bit of a grind or a slog if like what you want out of the game is to keep getting more stuff. If you want to keep enjoying the game, My advice is just don't take it too seriously. Just enjoy the fishing and socializing. This is a good game for just chatting with friends while messing around. Let's go. I'm level 99. I'm getting pretty close to level 100. How many fish have I caught? You know what? When I level up to level 100, I'm gonna open up the backpack and I'm gonna see how many fish it took me to get there. And it won't be like a... You can't divide it by 2 to get like how many you would need for a level 50 to get into the volcano. Because the higher you go, the higher the level, the more fish you need to catch per level. So like, it'd be a fraction of that, I think. But I am curious. How many fish does it take to get to level 100? I also do love the title system. You can get a little title above your head. Let's see. I'm not going to bother moving the camera to show it off right now. But you get a little title above your head. That was present. You could see it in the beta fishing stream that I did, where Camp was there. And so he had a title above his head. I think it was the Sunleaf Associate title, maybe? I don't remember exactly. But I think it's cute. You can get titles for doing different things in the game. And the one for getting level 100 is Aura Farmer, which I think is a bit silly. So that's exactly why I want it. That's why I've been still fishing till level 100. Well, that's part of the reason. Also because fishing is just a nice, mindless activity. Mindless enough. Not too brain taxing. There we go. We're level 100, boys. I got the Aura Farmer achievement and title. Okay, let me move my... I forgot to drop my fishing rod. Move my fishing rod out of the way. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones you can get. My personal favorite is Honorary Glorpingus for helping the alien boy find his wife after they crash landed down to Earth. I'm a fan. That's also where you get the alien rod, which I love. I love me an Honorary Glorpingus. Here we are, Aura Farmer. Look at that. Now, I'm curious. This is quite a bit of time played. 1 day, 8 hours, and 26 minutes. That's a decent amount of time. All right. Hello, camera. Hello. Let me bring the camera back out to me while I try to read. I'm gonna try to read through all this stuff to see if I can find. Can I find? Oh, that's so funny. They have an option to turn on or off the creepypasta guy. Spooky Sunman. He apparently will just show up sometimes and give you a jump scare. I think when you've got a game as cozy as this, that can add a little spice to it, but also I am glad it is optional. Because, like, you shouldn't in a game where the appeal is just relaxed fishing. I don't think you really need to force the horror elements on people. That would be a bit silly. Can I actually see how many fish I've caught? I can see what the largest fish I've caught is. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, this is all... little sad, but I can't see a thing that shows you like stats for how many fish you've caught. Good to go ahead and upgrade my frog. My frog, I've got some crazy stats on this man. I've maxed out how short the catch time is. So like it's 200 seconds. How much? That's like just over 3 minutes per fish it catches. Not bad when it starts at 10 minutes. Cut that down by a third. Max weight I've got at max. That max weight is more than I can carry on my rod. Like, I've got one of the endgame fishing rods, and I can't fish a fish that big. So that's some pretty good weight. Luck, I've just been dumping all of my points into. And then capacity. If I ever manage to reach max luck, I suppose then I'll dump whatever's left into capacity. But like, yeah. I wonder what my froggy caught. A pollock, a cod, a rusty tin can, a haddock, a herring, a manta ray, an Atlantic salmon, and something else. I'm amazed I didn't fall into the lava there. I almost just fell in. Whoa! I did fall in. This is what I get for being out here looking at the camera instead of, you know... Here we go. This is what I get for looking at the camera instead of paying attention to where I'm walking. When I'm on a very precarious and small bridge. Did I ever catch that seahorse I was looking for? I don't know. Either way, let's find ourselves a rift. Actually, let me check. I'm gonna check my bag. I do have a tiny seahorse, but he's a blessed tiny seahorse, and I don't wanna lose my tiny seahorse. My tiny seahorse is adorable. I love him. All right, you ready to go boating? Bro, this... You know what? At least it's not too bad with where it was throwing me in terms of play space there. But like, that was a little... That's a little weird. That's a little weird. A little bit weird of a spot. I still had to play space around. All right. Oh, I see a celestial chasm. That means we can go fishing in space. That's what I love. I love me some space-themed little void shaders. Very good, very good. Celestial chasm, here I come. It's right in front of the big evil tower. I don't think the big evil tower has anything implemented in it yet. Been there since beta. I don't know if you can even get up there. Whoa. To be fair, I haven't been over there since beta, so if there is something, I suppose I wouldn't know. Okay. Let me place my frog down. That is a very pleasing shot of the boat, but I should get a shot where you can see where I'm fishing. I also need to play space my way up. Hello, camera. You can stay right there. While or a farmer. Oh, you can see the title right above me. That's it. That's the thing. Let me... Oh. I appear to be significantly below the camera point of view. There we go. There we go. That's good. Look at that. There we go. I'm starting to get used to the camera manipulation here. Okay, now here's the thing. I I can't actually fish from over here. Let me... Yeah, they make this a local camera. And then I can move this over here. So now I can actually fish. Give me my fishing rod. Alright, here we go. Let's get that seahorse. You know, usually I catch fish a little faster than that. It was just sitting there. Alright, goldfish. Cool, cool, cool. That is a big manta ray. Alright. Let's see. What else has happened this week? Oh, yeah. So I streamed some Minecraft on Tuesday. I went ahead and finally updated the Minecraft server. Not on the stream on Tuesday, but after that, yesterday, it was yesterday or the day before, I got everything all figured out. So the server will be running on the latest version, 1.21.11. I still haven't found a like particularly easy and convenient way of updating everything in a mod pack. I don't know if that will ever be an easy thing or anything other than a manual process. At least for custom mod packs. Like when you're talking a mod pack maintained by someone else, they do all that work for you. But when it comes to custom stuff, stuff that you built manually, you gotta do all the maintenance manually too, I suppose. But I did switch over my launcher to Prism launcher from the Modrinth launcher. Like, the Modrinth launcher has worked fine enough, but it has given me some issues when it comes to different things, because the Modrinth app, their first priority isn't Linux, it seems. So I've had some issues, like the native Modrinth app for Arch is I think there was a Modrinth app on the AUR that I tried. It really just doesn't, like, it wouldn't, couldn't resize the window, and it was stuck at a ratio that was like really wide but didn't actually fill up my monitors, so it was like really skinny. It looked like the window was laying down, like the window was laying down because I wanted to take a nap, and I could at the very least maximize it, but it was also sometimes really laggy, just acted weird. Thankfully, the flat pack version hasn't given me too many issues. It hasn't given me too much flack. At least as of having wrangled everything together. I've had to do a lot of troubleshooting with it in the past. But other than that, it has just worked, and so I've stuck with it. Which is what kept me from like messing around with Prism Launcher all that much, even when people were recommending it as like, well, this is as like an improvement over just using Modrinth or a Curse for this launcher. And I think it is nice. There are some things that I find less convenient about it. I think the actual mod browsing of Prism Launcher feels significantly less refined than CurseForge or Modrinth. You can't see the pages as big. Everything loads slower. It doesn't look as nice. But I'd say the one, the convenience of being able to grab mods from both CurseForge and Modrinth kind of overrules that for me. So I'd say that's that reason alone. Being able to just consolidate everything into one launcher, I think really helps. That really helped the move. Dang. There goes the chasm. The celestial chasm. Have I even managed to get one seahorse today yet? Well, I'm sure I got one today. But not while fishing out here. Okay, I see another... I do see... Out there is another rift. So let's get boating over there. Thankfully, I didn't have too many issues updating things, although the server seems to be acting a bit funky after the update. So I may need to work on things. There was a little bit of weird stuff going on. One, every time there's an update for Distant Horizons, it acts up. It's like it like has to it acts like it has to regenerate all of the like Distant Horizons terrain, and maybe it does. Maybe that is just how it works. I don't know. Let me get back up into frame. Bro. Okay. I am struggling. All right. Okay. 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 Goodness gracious. I just want to fish in the sandy updraft. Let me live. All right, camera, you stay there. I would like to fish. There was like one or two mods that haven't updated but seem to still work. There was one mod that hasn't updated and crashed the game immediately, so I had to get rid of it. I think it was the model gap fix, which, you know, that's a nice thing to have a mod to fix, but it is not the end of the world if it doesn't work anymore. I think... I don't know if that actually did get fixed by Mojang themselves in-game, so maybe the mod wouldn't even be necessary anymore. I know that happens with some mods. Some mods that do, like, little bug fix type things. Ooh, my fishing rod is going crazy. I'm just trying to fish in here. I'm just trying to fish in this little pool here. Cut me some slack. I also forgot to place my froggy down. There we go. Perfect. No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, okay. We're fishing. We're so fishing. Now, when I say the server was acting up when it came to... Oh, what's it? When I say the server was acting up after the update, so one, I had to update a few plugins, obviously. Some of them were just acting a little bit weird. Two, the automatic world updater, it has some issues. It's not perfect. Oh, I'm flying up and down. Whoa. Chill out, Go-Go Loco. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It is okay, my little VR chat, locomotion device. Here we go. I'm just gonna be, like, slightly off screen at this point. That's okay. I'm just gonna live with that. What was I talking about? I'm going crazy, man. At least I'm still enjoying the fishing a bit. Man, I got so burnt out after the fishing session that I talked about earlier, where like I was like absolute luck maxing, trying to do everything I could with the luck potions, with the putting all the best luck gear on my fishing rod. I even had an enchantment that was I catch fish slower, but it gave me like 100 luck, 100 more luck. Like I was 100% pure lucked out on the amount of luck I could get at that point in the game. And yet, I caught like nothing that was worth any money. I have spent hours fishing and barely got anything. It was rough. That sucked. Anyway, back to Minecraft. It was acting weird when I did a test run for the server yesterday. When I got on, like on single player, with all the updated mods on the updated version, everything was working just fine. I was like, well, the server should have even less problems, because plugins tend to just work from version to version. They're not like mods where they get really finicky and throw up and cry the second you change to a minor hotfix version of Minecraft. You go from 1.21.9 to 1.21.10 and it just explodes and burns and catches on fire. However, the server was having some issues. Ooh, a powerful relic. That's going to be good for some gambling later. I don't have any gambling I want to do on this rod because I've already got a really good enchantment on it that I like. I got the money maker, boys. I'm so sad I didn't get it on camera. But like I was thrilled to get a really good enchantment on this guy. And I didn't even get him from, hold on. Okay, I swear I'll come back. I will come back to the whole Minecraft thing that I was talking about. But like I put like my one powerful relic that I'd ever caught into enchanting this thing, and you know what it gave me? It gave me a common enchantment. It made fishing slightly faster. And I'm like, you're kidding me. That's absolute garbage. That's absolutely useless. What is the point of the powerful relic if your bad luck can basically just override it? Like, there's a little wizard guy in a hut in the island with the volcano, like over that way. You can see a little bit of it on the edge of the screen. There's a guy, a little wizard guy in a hut over there who sells relics. Like there's 3 different tiers of relics. There's the tiny little chunk tier, which has the worst luck. There's the mossy relic, which has medium luck, and then there's the powerful relic, which you barely ever get, and that gives you the most luck, in theory. But I got like a garbage enchantment with that, so like I don't know how effective it actually is, and like the prices on those things. Hey, I got a seahorse. I can finally put in my bounty. Okay, when this wormhole disappears, we're gonna go put in the bounty. But like, I don't remember how much the other relics are. I think they might have been like, maybe like, was it like 10,000 for a chunk with the worst luck? Maybe like 25,000 for a medium one. We could even go after this. Well, since it's so kindly decided to disappear in the middle of me yapping when I was turned around for like 1 second, I suppose we can just go to the wizard's hut now. it is kind of funny that I have to come back into frame every time I get in the boat. All right, let's get driving. We're driving the boat, boys. We're going to the wizard's hut. Let's see. I'm going to show you just how much these things cost. Because that powerful relic that I rolled and got a common enchantment with. Absolute garbage. Alright, let's go over here. Okay. We're on land. I'm gonna stand up for this. I know, me standing up. Crazy work. Where is the camera? I need the camera back. Come back to me, camera. Oh, it's a little bit high up. Apologies while I get the camera situation sorted out. The camera situation is wild, guys. Okay. You know what? I probably could have stood to set up my space so that I could stand up a little bit easier. I've been sitting for this whole fishing trip. I know. I'm not getting my leg workout in. I did have a good bike ride yesterday though. I went on a trail. I haven't been biking in like ages. It was really good to just get out there and ride. I was exhausted by the end though. I am not super in shape. I was not the best at exercising last year, so hopefully that'll change now that I've got an idea of like where I can consistently bike, something that I can make a routine. If since some of my other workout routines have proved not to be the most consistent for me. Okay. This little wizard down here, this little guy, this spooky looking guy, he's got relic pieces. He's got enchanted relic pieces that we can buy. Do you need anything? Why is it pitch black in here? You think I'm just going to let anyone see all of my secret awesome whatever? Can you... No, the camera can't see that. Okay, I'm just going to read it. You think I'm just going to let anyone see all of my secrets? I am using magic to hide my super awesome house from sight. Maybe one day I will reveal it to you, but that day is not today. I'm a little shy. Okay. Okay, so these tiny little relic chunks are only $5,000. The mossy relics, $25,000. The powerful relic, this thing that's super rare and that I got a garbage enchantment off of, is $100,000 if you want to buy one. You could buy yourself 10 lottery tickets for a good enchantment on your fishing rod. Or you could buy 20 of the little ones and probably actually, and because it's more rolls, you might actually get better luck. Alright, you know what? I'm not gonna go up all the way up there. I'm just gonna walk into town so we can get our bounty. There's no reason that we need to get in our boat and drive. Other than grass getting in the camera. That's fine. That's okay. You know what? I forgot that I gotta climb the rocks to get up here. Down to the beach and up the rocks. Ooh, uh-oh. You know what? It may be a little more difficult to climb than I thought. We got some scrap! You see that? That's scrap. I love me some scrap metal. That gets me stuff. I can go gambling with that scrap metal. There's another gambling mechanic in here. There's a little slot machine that takes scrap metal. You know what? I never checked. There's a HUD element that shows you how much breath you have left when you're drowning in the water, when you're on desktop mode. I have not seen that for VR mode. It might just be on a... It might just be difficult to see. Okay. The camera's not actually following me. Okay. Look at that. It's bright yellow. That means we can turn it in. I can't turn it in while facing the camera because I'm not facing the HUD element that I'm trying to click on. You can only click on HUD elements while you're looking at them, so. Ta-da! We got a check mark. All bounties completed for the day. Look at that. That's beautiful. I'm trying to remember what I was... I've gone on such a tangent on tangent on tangent that I don't even remember. There was something that I was going to finish talking about now that we got the bounty before I just go and end off stream. Oh yeah, the Minecraft, the whole Minecraft server updated situation. Like, okay, so I updated it to 1.21.11 and I got on the server. The client was working fine. I had a test world and everything seemed like it was totally normal. I get on the server and the first thing that I see is all of the distant horizons chunks are rendering in front of the chunks that are actually in front of me. So instead of seeing the blocks that are right in front of me and knowing where I am, instead all I see are the chunks that are really far away, that don't matter that much. Now eventually I figured out that I was able to fix it by turning shaders off and on. I don't know why that fixes it, but that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's because it's trying to update them from an older version of Distant Horizons, because the version of Distant Horizons did update. It was like 0.11 and now it's 0.12 or something. I don't remember the exact version numbers, but I updated to the newest version and now it's acting weird. It's given a bunch of messages about Distant Horizons generating chunks on the server now, and it never finishes. It always says there's this many more chunks. It does a bunch of like countdowns. It's like generating this many chunks, it'll take this long, and then it just gets to one where it just freezes and it never finishes. I don't know if it will just eventually finish one day when I turn on the server and just let it run. I don't know, maybe. So that was acting weird. The actual world conversion was acting up like crazy. Like, the first time I started the server, it didn't even run. Like, I was like, wow, it's not even showing up. I can't connect. I should be able to connect. I know it's not a faulty connection. It's localhost. I'm testing it on the same computer. And it immediately crashed. It just didn't load any of the worlds the first time I booted it up. Eventually, it actually did convert one of the worlds, and I just had to go in. I had to like manually delete the session lock file in each world because it would open up the worlds, because we're using a multi-world plugin so that I can flip-flop between multiple worlds. Like there's the field trip world, there's the actual survival world, there's the creative testing world, and so it opens those up and it locks them. And then it sort of crashes. It doesn't say there's a crash. It just loads all of the worlds instantly with 0 milliseconds and then says they're all invalid. But eventually it started working after a couple of restarts and deleting the session lock files, because it would leave the session lock files when it opened up the world and then didn't properly, like, use them or whatever. I don't know. Either way, after a little bit of that, I was able to actually go through the worlds connected. They seem to be working fine. The one thing that's I have not figured out that seems to not be working entirely fine right now is for whatever reason, every time I join, no matter where I was last, I always spawn at the spawn point of the main survival world, which the main survival world is the default world that you just spawn in. That's how I have it set at the server, because that's the one that everyone participates in. The other ones are for whatever other stuff we're doing. And so I was like, I still haven't figured out what the issue is with that one. I don't know why I am consistently spawning in the spawn of the default world. Like, obviously it's forgetting something. My current thought is I might just need to update. I'm not sure if the multiverse plugins that I was using have an update, and maybe the current version of them has some sort of issue with 1.2111, the current version that I have had on the server for however long it's been since I last updated them. But I don't know. Hopefully, I've at the very least gotten the single player core to work, and I've sent over the vanilla plus mods for the other people who are on the server in case they want to use them as well. So that at the very least is working. I may do some more testing either tonight or this weekend, and hopefully the Minecraft server will be back up and running and we'll be able to do the next class sometime this month. Either way, I think I'm done yapping. We've got all our bounties for today. I have not really gotten all that close to getting that luxury speedboat. Although, you know what? Come with me. Let's go back up to the shop. I haven't actually sold my fish. I've only gotten the bounties, and I have gotten more money. We did sell the fish at 1 point, or 1 or 2 points earlier this stream, but for most of the fish I've caught this stream, I haven't sold them. All right, Marley, bring up the shop interface, please. Ah, I see. He opened up a different computer than I'm used to. Okay. I'm gonna have to raise myself up off the ground so that so that you could actually see the computer terminal. Okay, what do we got? Okay, that's a decent chunk of change. You know what? That's all right. That's all right. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's a decent amount closer to that $1 million boat. I just sold 3,000 fishes. So I guess it took just under 3,000 fishes to reach level 100. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't realize it was quite that much. Either way, let me go back to the little view I had before where you could see town, because that looked a lot prettier than... It looks a lot prettier than being in town. Actually seeing all the pretty little colorful houses. It's delightful. It is delightful. Anyway, thank you all for showing up. It's been a fun little fishing adventure. I'm gonna go chill now. Maybe, hopefully the Minecraft server will be all fixed next time. But we'll see. I don't know what it's gonna be on. I don't know what the next stream is gonna be on Tuesday, but I hope you tune in. Tuesdays and Fridays is when I'm on. Let me find my OBS. OBS, where are you? There you are. Okay, good night everybody. Bye-bye.